There are certain signs that Asriel and Dess were familiar with dark worlds. These drawings in Dess's room, Noelle's words about Dess wanting to show her a place like Cyberworld. But even if they were, say, the first heroes along with Chris, they didn't have the one thing that closes the dark worlds. On the phone, a mysterious person tells Chris that without a soul, they won't be able to do something. There, they can use us to close the dark worlds. So here's my question. If there were dark fountains before we arrived to Deltarune World, how did they close them? Or did they even close it? The one at the shelter? And what will happen if dark fountains are never closed? Rosie in Chapter 1 told Susie that she won't be able to return home if Chris doesn't close the fountain, and Rosie knows that they possess the soul, so... Could it be that the dark fountain went out of control and Chris's own soul was too weak to close it? Maybe they even lost their own soul when Asgore was helping them out of the shelter. Unfortunately, that's not everything they lost. They lost their rowdy friend and their older brother. Bunnies are the sequel to frogs. A soft and clean boy, a refreshing boy, a sweet and fresh girl, a nice and tidy girl. What does sequel to frogs mean? We actually used the Ribic enemy to get to the Lost Land, the Man Country, so this place apparently has something to do with Lost Dess, Asriel, and obviously Chris. Not only that, but the Forgotten Man has also some ties to Noelle. The white egg that she gets in the game is very similar to the ones he gives us, and the left due to happiness message is similar to how the man is always happy to see Chris. It also shows his peaceful nature. Where am I going with all this? You see, we more or less know what happened to each member of the friend group. Chris got possessed by us and was potentially about to turn into a goner. Noelle got cursed, Dess got lost. What about Asriel? I believe that something happened to him as well, and we don't talk enough about it. After all, in Undertale he had a key role, him and Flowey to be exact. And by the way, where's Flowey? If Undertale characters have the same personalities in Deltarune, then does Asriel have a second personality? A clone? Maybe, just maybe, the Asriel that is now in college is not really him. But if that's the case, then where's the real one? Let's pay attention to this piece of dialogue in Ribic's fight. A lost and lost and lost girl. A crying and crying and crying boy. A messy and unfocused girl. A rowdy and dirty girl. A poorly trained boy. A quiet and smelly boy. Both Asriel and Dess can be described as dirty and messy. With Dess it's somewhat understandable. If we take the Roaring Knight's form as dirt, then it makes sense. But Asriel? Maybe he went through the same thing? Also, notice the repetition of words in the beginning. Lost and lost and lost, crying and crying and crying. This reminds me of Jevel's speech pattern, but also all the weird monsters. Those who are potentially tied to Gester or Goners talk in a weird way. Maybe this means that Gester did something to both kids. Oh, actually to all four of them.